Hi again, fifth graders. We are back with more division today. Yesterday, we did some division review and making sure that we understand that division means that we are taking a dividend, a number, and splitting it into equal groups, a divisor, and seeing how many are in each group. Today, we are going to do it with some larger numbers. So our I can statement today is I can divide 2 and 3-digit dividends by single-digit divisors. So this problem right here that you see on this page is actually what we are going to do together on the page you're on right now. So to the right of your video, you should see what I see right here. And we are going to work through this problem together. So as I am working, you can be working with me. Okay, and the first thing you might notice about this slide is we don't have smiley faces today. Instead, we have groups of 10 and single squares. So we are going to be looking at how we can use groups of 10 to make this division a little bit easier on us. You're also going to notice that we're starting today with our division this way, with our dividend inside of our little house and our divisor on the outside. You can see down here we have it written this way as well, and we will use this at the very end. So our problem today is 79 divided by 3. So we are taking our dividend, 79 squares, and splitting it into 3 equal groups. So when we look over here, and we're looking at 79 is a way bigger number than 3. We could go one by one and take 1 square into each group, but we would have to do that 79 times, and that is a lot to do. So we want to see if there's a more efficient way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop right here at the tens place. Right here I see this 7, meaning I have 7 groups of 10 in this number. Well, if there are 7 groups of 10, it might be easier to split our dividend with 10s in each group instead of 1s. It'll go a lot faster. The reason I know I can do that is because this 7 is bigger than, it is greater than 3. What that means is I know I have more groups of 10 in my dividend than I have groups in my divisor. So I can go like this. 10 to that group, 10 to that group, 10 to that group. And I can make sure I'm still splitting evenly because I have more groups of 10 than I do groups over here. My groups of 10 is bigger than my divisor. I can do that again because I still have more groups of 10. A group of 10, a group of 10, a group of 10. Now you're going to notice all of our 10s are gone. So if I count these 10s, I see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you might be thinking to yourself, but Miss Colsty, there are 7 groups of 10 here. Well, I have 1 more group of 10, that means, but I couldn't split that evenly. If I put that group of 10 in this first rectangle, in this first box, I would not have enough to split groups of 10 evenly. So we only split into groups of 10 until we get too close to this number here so that we can't split evenly anymore. So you're going to see that when I subtract here, you're going to see a little bit better what I mean. So we just said this was 60, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I could also see that because I can see each group has 2 10s, so 20. 10, 20 in our first group, 10, 20 in our second, 10, 20 in our third. So what we have here is a partial quotient. Remember, our quotient is how many squares are in each group at the end. Well, what we can see so far is each one definitely is going to have 20. So you're going to notice we have purple for our quotient up here, and we also have purple over here, because here's what we're doing. We're saying there are 20 in each so far. In order to have 20 squares in each group, we used up 60 of our squares. 60 of our squares have been put into their groups. 3 times 20 is 60. 20, 40, 60. So I'm subtracting 60 right here. Now when I subtract, I just subtract like normal. Start in my ones place. 9 minus 0 is 9. 7 minus 6 is 1. Pause the video right now and make sure that everything on your slide looks the same as the video, and then we are going to move on to our ones place. Okay, now that we are done with our tens place, if I look down here, I can see that I have 19 squares left. I have 19 left in my dividend. So look over here, I should have 19 squares. So now I'm saying, okay, we can't do any more groups of 10 because 19 is smaller than 30, and I would need 30 to put another group of 10 in each box. So now I'm going to have to count by ones because we are in our ones place. So I'm going to drag one square into each box evenly. 1, 1, 1. What you might notice when I'm doing this is that I could do this by groups of 3. That's one group of 3. Two groups of 3. 1, 2, 3 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 5 groups of 3, and 1, 2, 3, 6 groups of 3, and I have 1 left over. So since I can't put 1 in each box and have it even, this 1 is going to stay out here. I'm not going to put it in a box. Pause the video, make sure that you have all of your boxes, all of your squares inside of your red boxes as well, and then come back and we will finish this part of our problem. Okay, so now that we have all of our squares inside of our boxes, we're going to see the rest of our quotient. So we already know we put 20 in each box, and now we want to know, well, how many ones did we put in each? So I'm going to look right here and I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 in each. So over here, that is my next partial quotient. 6 in each. 3 times 6 is 18. So that means I used up 18 more of these little squares. 6, 12, 18. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract that 18. Because that's how many I put into these boxes. They're not out here anymore. They're not in our dividend out here anymore. 19 minus 18 is 1. So now I know that 1 is our remainder because it's left over at the end. It doesn't fit evenly. Now these numbers up here, you're going to notice this 20 for our quotient is in the tens place. That goes right here in our tens place for our quotient. This 6 is in our ones place. That 6 goes in our ones place. We had 2 groups of 10, so 20 in each box, and 6 ones in each box. There should be 26 in each box. So what that means is 79 divided by 3 is 26 with 1 as our remainder. So we put that 1 up there with the remainder as well. That same thing can be written right here. What we just learned is that 79 divided by 3 is 26 with a remainder of 1. So you need to make sure that yours is done like this as well. Then you are going to do a few more problems just like this.